Darwin Nunez is one of the most talented attackers in the world. I honestly believe this. His evolution in the last 2 years has been fascinating. Despite being widely criticised for his performances and labelled a flop by the media, he has since emerged as one of Jurgen Klopp's most valuable players in the Liverpool squad. Is this what Liverpool supporters should have expected? Should Liverpool fans and football fans in general be more patient with their players? How good can Darwin Nunez get, and is he a fan favourite? In this video, we will look at Darwin Nunez before he joined Liverpool, the early Darwin Nunez under Jurgen Klopp, and the beast that we have seen since. So go grab some popcorn, like this video and subscribe, and let's get into it. Let us first look into Darwin Nunez's experience at Benfica. He was an incredible addition for Benfica. He demonstrated movement that only the finest attackers in the world possess. He was a killer in front of goal, making him unstoppable in every single game he played for them. He could play as a support striker, he could play as the main striker, he could play as the left winger. He was playing every single front position that you can think of for Benfica, but he preferred the left wing. That's where he could come inside with his quick movement and amazing speed. At times, he was Benfica's one-man offensive machine. In his final season with Benfica, the Uruguayan striker scored 34 goals in all competitions, including goals in both legs against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. That's where we really saw this beast. It was like Liverpool were dominating the whole game, but they were scared because there was this beast up front that was continuously getting chances just on his own. The amusing thing at Nunez at Benfica was that he set the standard for conversion rates. He had an excellent combination of versatile finishing, headers, shots from outside the box, shots from inside the box due to some excellent movement. Darwin Nunez at the age of 22 was putting all of Europe's biggest clubs on red alert. His adaptable approach as a centre forward who could play as a left winger appealed to all of Europe's top clubs. He worked his arse off the ball, and we know we need that. To play at the biggest clubs in the world, you need to be able to work your arse off. But the one facet of his game at Benfica that really went unnoticed was his excellent long-range passing. He was always ambitious in his passing, and more often than not, he was spot on in finding his teammate. At 6'2", with elite movement, great ball striking, good finishing, and a pure terror to opposing teams, what could go wrong for Darwin Nunez? Liverpool signed Darwin Nunez for a sum that could reach around 85 million. This is a Liverpool squad that does not generally spend that much money on a single player, and if they did, it has to be a game changer. So we're talking about the only players who really come to mind are Alisson and Van Dijk, and they were only signed because Felipe Coutinho went for so much, and both of those players are now technically Liverpool all-timers, and he faced high expectations because he was replacing the outgoing legend that is Sadio Mane. Nunez was labelled a flop by the mainstream media throughout his debut season. People had already formed opinions about him without considering the facts objectively. He had a donkey's touch, no in-game intellect, and was unable to complete his dinner. These were the sentences being spoken about Darwin Nunez, which was fair enough because the striker scored 9 goals out of a total XG of 12. He struggled to convert his chances, and he cost Liverpool a couple of games due to his terrible finishing. People overlooked his outstanding mobility to consistently find space in the box, his ability to create opportunities on his own, and the fact that he never backed out of a game even if he did have a couple of missed chances. The second component of his game that lacked polish was his off-the-ball defending. We all know how crucial counter-pressing is for Jurgen Klopp, and Darwin Nunez, for as much as he was running and running, he was running like a headless chicken. He had no ideas how to set off a pressing trigger or genuinely win the ball back without allowing the opponent room. For the majority of the season, therefore, Cody Gakpo was preferred to Darwin Nunez. Cody Gakpo had better defensive ability than him. Then we go to the final component of the game that he really struggled with. Nunez's link-up play, with whether it was with Mohamed Salah, with Cody Gakpo or Luis Diaz, was non-existent. Salah and Diaz were frustrated because Nunez could not find them in easy locations. He would stand offside, give the opposition space to really come out of their box. It would be easy for the opposition to really pass around him. He was a chaotic player. That's what he thrived upon, solely on chaos. He still had some standout moments, such as the flick against Real Madrid. That was probably one of the greatest moments of the season, and he worked really hard off the ball. But it was evident that Jurgen needed to weave some magic into this incredibly raw talent. So, which Darwin Nunez does Liverpool now have this season? Well, when Nunez is not on the pitch, Liverpool's offense is noticeably different. They miss energy, speed, and power. Nunez and Mohamed Salah are guaranteed starters as attackers every single week when they are fit. He's one of the most essential players on the pitch for me. But why? Darwin Nunez continues to miss huge chances, but he's converting them at a higher rate than he was ever before at Liverpool. He's generating finishes we don't really expect from him, such as chipping the keeper against Brentford in a 1v1 situation, exceptional ball striking into the bottom corner while his team is down to 10 men against Newcastle, and controlled volleys from a ball in the air from Alexis McAllister. His variety in finishing has been nothing short of outstanding. In 23 starts for the team this season, he has 24 goals or assists. This is an output machine for Liverpool, and it is a major reason why they are currently top of the league. In the last 7 Premier League games, he has 5 goals and 2 assists. We are seeing the actual Darwin Nunez, whom Liverpool acquired from Benfica. He still needs to be more composed in front of goal, but I could not have wished for a more entertaining number 9 than Darwin Nunez to be Liverpool's number 9. In addition to his enhanced performance, we're now seeing a defensive monster. His work rate was never in doubt, but his effectiveness with how he uses his work rate has changed dramatically. He leads the press up front, he blocks the opposition's passing angles, and he easily gets the ball back. Even when the ball wasn't in the net, Jurgen Klopp continued to appreciate Nunez's hard work throughout the season, but he is now communicating with those around him to ensure that the press he puts on is correct. Jurgen Klopp was once quoted in a game, I believe was against Brentford, that Nunez is working so hard up front, but he's also thinking about where Dominic Szoboszlai, where Curtis Jones are standing, and that's the most important aspect of Liverpool's counter press. On the offensive side, his runs off the ball are as impressive as ever. A hoof up from the defense is a chance for Liverpool because they have Darwin Nunez's incredible pace in behind. He forces opponents to clear the ball back to Liverpool, and he's created so many chances and goals as a result of just being a nuisance up front, which leads me to another significant development of his game. Darwin Nunez's link-up play this season has been absolutely spectacular. He no longer looks as awkward on the ball. He's showing his versatility in his passing with switches across the pitch, through the lines passing like he did for Curtis Jones' goal against West Ham, perfectly timed crosses into the back post like the one for Darwin Nunez against Chelsea. He is now a complete forward, and this is the most important thing that we can see from Darwin Nunez. And to improve on that even more, he has the perfect connection with Liverpool's main man, Mohamed Salah. The two have combined for an incredible number of assists on the pitch. Nunez has about 11 assists this season, which is incredible for a striker. So what happens now for Darwin Nunez now that Jurgen Klopp is leaving in the summer? Some have said that he would struggle under a different coach, or that Xavi Alonso would not employ Darwin Nunez as his striker. These folks fail to recognize Nunez's real value. Xavi Alonso has been using Victor Boniface up front for Bayer Leverkusen. He looks so awkward on the ball at times, but he's always in control of what he's doing. That's exactly what Darwin Nunez would be for someone like Xavi Alonso. He would be a coach's favourite, whoever the manager is. Whatever manager comes in next will be drooling over the opportunity of being able to work with someone like Darwin Nunez as their number 9. Jurgen Klopp and his coaching staff have done the hard stuff. They've done strengthening his off-the-ball skills and assisting him with improving his entire game in general. They are about to unleash an output monster on their hands, who will soon be looking at record figures once the finishing is more clean. He is the future of Liverpool Football Club, and with so many seasons coming yet ahead, Liverpool will be seeking for a manager who sees Darwin Nunez as their focal point. Of course, he still has a lot to work on, such as his rashness in front of goal, his IQ when he's running in behind the defense, and his decision making. But that's to become the world's best striker. He's already one of the best, in my opinion. Some may argue that I may be exaggerating, but when you watch Liverpool week after week, you appreciate exactly how outstanding a player Darwin Nunez really is. There's a reason why he has played so many minutes when he's fit, and why Jurgen Klopp trusts him every single game to be the main man up front, because we have Cody Gakpo, we have Diogo Jota when everyone's fit, but it's always been Darwin Nunez playing when he's fit, and Jurgen Klopp admires him. I hope you enjoyed this video assessing Darwin Nunez's improvement at Liverpool this year. Smash the like button and leave a comment down below how many goals you think Darwin Nunez will end up having in the Premier League. Subscribe to stay updated and receive notifications whenever I add new content. And peace.